Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King 3, and today I'm going to be giving you part 12 of What If Naruto had the 6-eye Sharingan. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also guys, don't forget to stay in tune for the rest of what if's coming your way. Yes, that's right, if you're new I indeed have 4 channels. 4 channels that I post what if on every single day. Yes, you heard that correctly, every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and smash that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. Link will be down in the description for all of them guys. So yeah, without wasting more time, don't forget to turn on the bell notification. Let's jump right into this guys. Begin now. So the last spot we left off was a battle between Mito and Neji. Neji was said to be the prodigy of the Hyuga clan, so many people had bet on him. However, Mito did not rush into things like she always did. In fact, since the whole Forest of Death thing, she started to think first before jumping into things. And with the training that she got from Jiraiya, she was a lot stronger. Not to mention she was trained by Naruto and she trained with Sasuke when she was younger, so in terms of overall speed and endurance and strength, she was above Neji. However, his Hyuga made it hard to fight him hand to hand, which was her specialty. As the both of them engaged in a battle, however, she used her whips about her, tricking him, as Neji was knocked back on several occasions. In that battle, she proved to him that there was nothing such as fate, as Neji could not believe it as she delivered a brutal knockout punch to him. He woke up in the hospital sometime later as he was greeted by none other than Hayashi Hyuga, as he wished to speak to Neji about the past, things that he did not know. So with that, the next match up was Sasuke versus Kankuro. However, Kankuro gave up, as Naruto found it weird that something was wrong. Glancing over towards the Kazekage, Naruto realized that the man was not who he said he was. His chakra was disturbed as it was being hidden. Something was at afoot here as Naruto believed that the Sand was possibly up to something. He told Sasuke this, who told Mito as well, for her to prepare herself as both him and Gaara made their way down there. Danzo had told him to put the fear of Kami into the other nations by dominating Gaara in the battle to show that Konoha was only getting stronger. Thus, as Naruto wanted answers as well, knowing that Gaara might be their biggest weapon because of his unstable state, they fought. The battle between them was a quick one, to be exact, as Naruto was relentless. His speed far exceeded what Sasuke and Mito has shown so far, as Gaara was not able to fully keep up with Lee, so in terms of all-around speed he was nothing compared to Naruto. The battle was gruesome as Naruto knocked him around. Gaara could not even find the sand to protect him. However, before things could go too far, the invasion was called as everyone got chaotic. Gaara was quickly taken by his siblings after they used a diversion to send Naruto away. With that, Team 7 rushed after him. Sasuke stayed behind and faced off against Kankuro, however, Temari was blasted away as Gaara lost it. Both Naruto and Mito faced off against him. As Gaara stood no chance, he was literally beaten back. However, that caused him to go berserk. As he went chaotic, he transformed into the massive beast of the Shikaku, towering over them as he flared his power, as he brought down nothing but destruction and chaos upon them. As Naruto was crushed by the thing's tail. But it was then that Naruto realized something in that moment as he used his eyes to destabilize the chakra in the tail. As Naruto said ignite, the beast ignited with blue flames. As Naruto realized what his flames could do, they could burn chakra. However, this being the first time he was using it on such a scale, it actually pulled a lot of chakra out of him, something that he was not used to, seeing that his techniques did not require that much chakra. As Naruto stood there as a beast was falling off in clumps. Garu was awoken by that as the beast ended up returning back to the seal, badly wounded not to, well, explode anymore, and go after the village. So with that they restrained Garu and brought him back, only to find out some rather horrible news. The third was dead. Naruto and Sasuke weren't as close to him as Mito was, as a week went by as the both of them were by her side, helping her out. However, in that time Mito went to speak to Gaara. Something rather surprising, but she wanted to understand why he did what he did. As she could see in the battle that he was not stable, she wondered if she didn't have Naruto and Sasuke, if this is how she would have turned out. It turns out that her speaking to him helped him a lot. The Sand siblings were currently on the lockup by Konoha. Nothing too severe because they were finding out that the Sand was tricked. However, until a new Hokage arrived, they will stay here. The Sand was already making dealings regarding that fact. So with that, Jiraiya met up with Mito as he told her that he's gonna need her for a mission. So with that, they head out to the village. As Naruto was by himself a few days after, when something felt strange. He didn't know why, but he had a gut feeling today upon waking up. That is when he met up with Sasuke. Sasuke told him that Kakashi was in the hospital, as he recently heard. Both of them were confused by that as they wondered what happened. Must be a big mission or something, so they went to go and see him. However, Ryu, a ninja, rushed inside as he spoke about what happened, saying that Itachi was here for Mito Uzumaki. There was no hesitation between the boys, as they burst off at blinding speeds, trying to find Mito. As for Mito, she was currently in a dilemma, but when she saw Itachi, she got angry. He was the one that took everything away from Naruto and Sasuke, as she intended to make him pay. She was angry at him, but Kisame was all too ready to strike her down with Samehata, as the battle was about to commence until both Naruto and Sasuke arrived on the field. Arriving there, Itachi turned towards them slowly, as he met them for the first time since, well, a couple of years, calling them his foolish little brothers. Both Naruto and Sasuke lost it with rage, as chaos ensued not too long after. So yeah guys, basically let's left off, you guys can switch across the play check of yourself, and also guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the other channels. Yes, I indeed have 4 which I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So yeah, enjoy. And don't forget to comment down below and tell me if you're new so I can welcome you personally. So without further ado or wasting any more time, what do you say we jump right into this? Begin now guys. People were minding their business as they made their way through the small town when an explosion startled all of them. Said explosion followed by several people leaping through the hole that was created, jumping on the opposite roof of the hotel. Kisame held up strong as he glanced towards a hole that was left in the wall. Glancing over towards the other roof, he saw Itachi calmly landing on top of it. As he looked towards the smoke where it was slowly dissipating, that is when he felt it. Chakra spikes in all different directions as he saw that blonde Jinchuriki holder leaping off different directions. "Don't worry, Itachi," he said. "I'll find the real one." Before Itachi could comment on that, he leaped away, going after Mito. Meanwhile, Itachi simply remained calm as he looked towards said hole when he noticed 2 pairs of eyes, one blue and one red, as both boys looked towards him. Pure unadulterated rage and fury set in their eyes, as Itachi simply looked towards them with a calm expression, not conveying his true feelings on how he felt about seeing them again after so long, after what he did. Meanwhile, Mito was rushing to find Jiraiya as quickly as possible, as Naruto had caused the explosion. It was a diversion though, for her to get out. He had grabbed her quickly and told her to find Jiraiya, using her clones as a way to escape from the short man. They were here for her. She could not let them catch her, but she was worried. The big brother of Naruto and Sasuke did not have any problems in killing his entire family, and those two were gonna fight him. Not that she doubted their strength, but he was a S-class ninja. She increased her speed, she just had to find Jiraiya, and quickly, she thought, as her clones were creating diversion. Meanwhile, that was happening on the outskirts of the village. Itachi had leaped away towards a distance where the civilians would not be caught up in their little skirmish. There was no buildings around, as both boys walking side by side, arriving not too long ago. When Naruto finally spoke up to him, "Is that all you have to say?" After all these years. That greeting. After you murder everyone. And what is it that you intend for me to say? Itachi asks. Something better than what you just said Sasuke as both him and Naruto detach from them being beside each other and start to walk in a circle as they were surrounding him. But what more can we expect from a heartless, cruel, wicked monster? Yeah, you're right, said Naruto, his eyes firmly set on Itachi. We can expect nothing less. And besides, we're not here to talk. And what do you both presume will be the ending of this conflict? Itachi asks. Your dead body, Sasuke said. Lying at our feet, Naruto finished. Is that so? You believe the both of you can take me down? They said nothing. Well then, Itachi said. Why don't you try to make it a reality? Upon him saying that, he pulled out a kunai as he blocked several shurikens from Sasuke. He then ducked under Naruto's staff that almost took his head off. He lashed out with a brutal kick. Naruto brought his staff down as the kick connected and pushed him back. Itachi did not wait as he flashed through hand sign. He took in a deep breath as Sasuke launched several more shurikens. Sasuke finished his hand signs before Itachi seeing that he'd start first. Upon finishing his hand signs, the shurikens multiplied into hundreds. Fire style. Fireball jutsu, Itachi said, as he released a large fireball, burning all of the shurikens. As the place was filled with dust and smoke, when Naruto turned, he spun and gathered chakra into his staff. Upon doing that, he turned towards a tree to their far left and slashed. A blade of crested wind flashed out of his staff. Suddenly, the tree shimmered as Itachi materialized and leaped out of the way. That tree and several others were split down the middle. As Itachi landed calmly, undisturbed, not even a hair misplaced. You still see us as those stupid children who could not even best you in the simplest things. However, your actions have pushed us to fester hate in our heart. Said hate has made us gain power. Said power we will use to end your miserable life, said Naruto. As he rushed forward, Itachi blocked Naruto's staff with his kunai. As he turned and blocked Sasuke by, moving around and grabbing Sasuke's wrists. He then pulled Sasuke down before he brought his knee up. However, Naruto hooked out the other end of his staff, catching Itachi's knee, causing Sasuke to throw his fist towards Itachi's face. Itachi tilted his head at the right moment as it clipped him across his cheek. However, he spun, spinning Sasuke in the process as Naruto jumped over Sasuke before he grabbed Itachi's wrist and lashed a brutal kick towards his face. However, Itachi ducked under the blow. Upon doing that, his hand touched ground. He was still holding on to Sasuke's wrist as Naruto held on to his. Itachi pulled back with an obscene amount of force, causing Sasuke to be thrown forward. However, Naruto held his feet out as Sasuke saw, and held his feet out as well. The bottom of their feet cancelled out the force that Sasuke was thrown with. Now the both of them were still up in the air, and their hands were free, well, one of them at least. Both of them flashed through hand sign with their free hand, as they used each other's hand as support. Their cheeks bulged. Two massive flames emerged from their mouth, burning everything in sight. Once both boys released the jutsu, there was nothing left. A quick substitution, as Naruto and Sasuke turned their head to see. Is that all? Itachi asks. Is that all the hate you were both able to muster? He said. His calm tone pissing them off even more. Naruto held up a single hand sign as a clone poof in existence beside him. He handed the clone his staff, as Naruto then rushed forward, giving Sasuke a look. Sasuke went through hand sign before, as Chidori appeared right in his hand, electricity crackling brightly. Upon doing that, Naruto rushed towards Itachi. However, when he was close, as Itachi brought his hand up, Naruto switched with Sasuke. The clone of Naruto then threw the staff. Itachi saw said staff coming, but the trajectory, there was no way that it would hit him, as he reached out to grab Sasuke's wrist and disable the Chidori. But before he could though, Naruto appeared above him, as he had swapped places with his staff, as Naruto already finished his hand signs for a technique that he wanted to use. Itachi prepared himself until both Naruto and Sasuke swapped places once again, as Sasuke was now in mid-air above Itachi. Naruto brought his hand down right in front of his older brother. Earth style, he said, as a rock formation surrounded Itachi, forming above him, leaving an opening at the top. As Sasuke shouted out, "Shidori shower," he said. Upon doing that, something that he has been working on with Naruto, the electricity from the Shidori exploded outwards in a violent blast, with Itachi stuck inside the rock formation that Naruto had surrounded him with. Naruto spread out his senses as he found nothing was there. Sasuke landed beside Naruto. "My foolish little brothers," a voice said as Itachi materialized in front of them. "What? How?" said Naruto, in complete shock. Sasuke was shocked himself. They both had their Sharingan activated. Naruto had felt the genjutsu and dispelled it, so how? How did he? It made no sense when Naruto realized what happened. A triple layer genjutsu. Naruto's fist tightened as he realized that Itachi had placed a triple layer genjutsu at the beginning. The first one he broke and the second one when he went up in the trees. But there was a third one hiding behind the second one, displaced in the environment and himself as well when he came out of the foliage. Rage settling Naruto's eyes. His chakra inside of him started to boil as he was about to let loose. When Itachi spoke, "It seems your hate has not festered enough. You are still not strong enough, and you intend to end my life, something that you will not make a reality." "Shut up," Sasuke said. "We're gonna make you pay. We're gonna kill you for what you did. And yet, you do not possess the strength to do so. Let me show you the true power for Uchiha." As his eyes morphed, Naruto's eyes went wide before. Both him and Sasuke found themselves in a strange location. They looked around. The sky was red. The ground was black. This is what it means to be a true Uchiha. This is a power I wield. This is something you too have not obtained, and thus can never hope of defeating me. Itachi raised a hand towards Sasuke. Upon a single raise of his hand, Sasuke screamed as he gripped his skull. "What did you do to him?" Naruto said. "Same thing I'm about to do to you," Itachi said. As he stepped forward, "No, I refuse. I've spent my entire life training, hating you, hoping to get stronger so I can bring your miserable life to an end. I will not go down like this," Naruto said, as his eyes started to flare. For a split second, Itachi heard a cracking sound, as he felt an off sensation until he placed Naruto under the illusion. Naruto screamed out in the outside as he found himself trapped in a state of seeing his parents get slaughtered by Itachi, as Itachi's voice kept on saying that he was not strong enough. As Naruto raged, the place started to crack as Naruto screamed out. A purple aura surrounded his body. A violent spasm of chakra erupted from Naruto, shaking the entire environment. "I refuse to lose," Naruto yelled. "I'm going to kill you right here and now," he screamed on top of his lungs. Itachi, who was looking towards both Naruto and Sasuke in front of him in his Tsukyomi world, was shocked as he started to feel the effects. The world itself started to tear apart. The sky started to rip open. Strange figment in space-time rifts started to happen, confusing Itachi. As Naruto looked up, shocking, Itachi Uchiha. That is when Itachi saw another totem appear in his eyes. "4?" Itachi said, completely baffled. But something happened as a charge of chakra slammed right in the older Uchiha's brain. It then slammed into Sasuke's head and slammed into Naruto as well. Both Naruto and Sasuke faded out, however. Whatever just happened connected them in a way. Desire was a very powerful thing. Despite everything, Naruto always desired to know, why did Itachi did what he did? Trapped in a state of his own figment of his creation, which was a testament to his mind and willpower, Itachi brought Naruto and Sasuke into a place that belonged to him, a place that he created because of his eyes, which was his worst mistake. Having no idea what Naruto's eyes can truly do, the link caused their mind to merge together for a split second, and Naruto's desires came out in the form of his eyes. Now having 4 totem, His mindset was connected and bring forward new powers, abilities, increase in physical endurance, strength, everything about it. However, desire was what he seek to find out what truly happened on that night, and thus the connection of their minds brought that to reality because of Naruto's eyes. But it also sent Naruto's mental state to a different location because of the explosion in the Tsukuyomi Rift. It was at that moment that Kisame arrived on the scene. As he landed beside his partner, Itachi had insisted that they did not draw out a long fight, and Jiraiya was on his way. Not to mention, given their close proximity to Konoha, this will be bad if they draw the fight out. So he landed to see Itachi, who was bleeding from the eye. Itachi was squinting his eyes, as he was having a hard time adjusting to reality now, because of whatever just happened. "Itachi, are you okay?" he asks. "Yes, I'm fine." "What about them?" "Leave them. Let's go." With that, both men took off to get out of there. A few seconds later, Jiraiya landed, seeing the two of them missing, as Mito landed behind him on top of a toad. "Quickly get her in here in time." As she looked over, "Naruto, Sasuke!" She rushed towards them as fast as she could. As she started to check them over, she tried to wake them up but they would not wake up. She looked up towards Jiraiya. "What's wrong with them?" "I don't know," said Jiraiya, looking towards the boys, as they were unconscious, not waking up, because they were stuck in a state of memories. At the moment, Sasuke's mind that was hit by the Tsukuyomi to relive his parents' death was not only seeing that, what he was seeing was everything. The council. The council was speaking to Itachi from Shisui, straight to Itachi, about the Uchiha massacre. Naruto's desire brought out the memories because of the connection, and it hit Sasuke as well, thus giving him the memories, and not to mention, seeing his younger brother's Itachi mind was on everything that he did that night, so it was all on the surface, and now it all came out. Sasuke witnessed everything. Naruto's mind also swallowed that information, seeing that he was the primary holder that started. However, his mind and conscience went somewhere else. Naruto found himself in a strange, empty place. He looked down towards his feet as he was confused, as he was standing on sand, walking as he heard the crunches. Naruto was confused. "Where am I?" he called out. "Is anyone there?" But no one answered. Confused by this, Naruto blinked when he saw something in front of him. The reason why he was so shocked was because a moment ago there was nothing there, but now Naruto saw a tree. A tree that went straight up into the heavens. He could not see the top. It had 1,000,000,000 branches. Some branches that his mind could not even comprehend. So many. They spread in all different directions as Naruto saw. Power flowing through them. What he was seeing was not even chakra, it was some sort of power. It was the beginning. He did not know how he knew that. It was a source of power. Where was he? What was... Something grabbed his leg. As he saw that it was a vine from the tree, he was yanked. Naruto did not know why, but getting that thing wrapped around him was scaring the living shit out of him. Him being someone that was not scared easily, yet he felt so much fear. Like if this thing was to hold him, he would die. As it started yanking towards the base of the tree, Naruto held his hand out. As he manipulated the chakra in the ear, there was so much. He turned and twisted the tree. Didn't seem to like that as it squeezed his leg, causing him to cry out in pain as it pulled him faster. As Naruto was being yanked, several more branches wrapped around his limbs. As they yanked him forward, the tree seemed to open up to swallow him. "No! No!" said Naruto. "I can't die! I can't die yet!" He had not done anything. He had not get his revenge. He couldn't just die here. He couldn't just leave Sasuke. "No!" he screamed, but the branches were pulling him inside. "I said no!" His voice came out differently. As Naruto's eyes gained 2 more totem, skipping straight to the 6th eyes. In this state, Naruto seemed to be in a state of complete self-awareness, but yet at the same time, a self-conscious state that was not fully on the up and up. His hands flexed as he ripped the branches off, as he jumped away. He landed without a sound despite the crunchy sand under his feet. His body was brimming with life force and chakra. He did not seem to be able to control his actions. Whoever, or whatever happened to him by pushing him this far, was something different. Hundreds of branches shot from the tree as they came towards him, but they stopped. No, they did not stop on purpose. They could not hit him. No, they did not stop. They were being slowed down. Naruto's 6 eyes looked towards them as they could not reach him. Every time they tried, there was another space that was created that slowed them down even further. Naruto held his hand up. Upon doing so, blue chakra seemed to resonate around his hand before he waved it. The trees were blown away, torn apart. The tree itself seemed to grow angry before. All the branches merged together and formed something. A being. A being that was made out of blue and white light. Said being did not speak or react in any way at first, until it shot forward and punched. But still, it could not break Naruto's defense. Its hand was slowed down to the point where it could not hit him. As Naruto thrust his hand out, the space between them seemed to be erased as Naruto grabbed its face. Still not in a state of consciousness, Naruto planted his palm on the thing's chest before a red hue overtook his hand. Naruto blasts a hole right through it. However, the thing seemed to reform in a split second before it wrapped his limbs around Naruto, not being able to fully touch him, but it transformed into a dome. Said dome started to glow with power before it was about to explode. However, Naruto's hand came up as there was an expulsion force that incinerated the dome, blowing it away, causing Naruto to stay where he was. He did not move as he looked towards the thing that reformed. It held its hand up as it seemed to be absorbing more power from the tree. As Naruto brought his hand together, blue and red mixing together, 2 gigantic orbs, turning purple, he launched it. The manifestation of power rushed forward as it jumped in front of the blast. It held its hand out and tried to block, but it was blown back as it slammed its feet down, until Naruto made a single gesture before the blast exploded, shaking the entire realm that they were in. Upon doing so, several actions went through the universe. Eyes. Pair of eyes start to open up. People that were not from the elemental nation sense the power, sense the disturbance. As for Naruto, that blast seemed to take this state away from him. The 2 totems that just appeared in his eyes because of this dimension. His eyes had not reached a 6th state yet. It was this dimension that pushed his body. This dimension that pushed him to a state that he was not even at yet. This dimension that was fluctuating with so much power and chakra. However, it seemed to recede as the 2 totems vanished from Naruto's eyes, returning them back to 4, losing that power that he just had. The manifestation seemed to be putting itself back together, the tree empowering it. The thing got back to its feet as it rushed forward, reaching to grab onto Naruto. However, before it could, Naruto's body was sucked through the rift that appeared behind him, pulling him back through as the thing grasped at air. Having no facial features, it was hard to tell how it felt about that. But it simply moved back towards the tree and extended its hands, roots, wrapped around its limbs before it was sucked back into said tree. Said tree returning back to what it was doing before, as a source of power kept on pumping through it. As for Naruto, he opened his eyes. Upon doing that, Naruto saw a hand was rested on his forehead. Said hand was removed, as Naruto saw brown eyes looking down towards him. They were right. You really do have blue Sharingans. Naruto blinked in confusion. Who are you? He said. But before he could say or she could say anything, he was hugged tightly, as a person was holding on to him. As Naruto understood what she was saying now, as he realized that it was Mito, she pulled back. So glad you're awake, she said, a happy smile on her face. That is when Naruto take in where he was. What's going on? How did I get here? You've been in a coma, said Mito as Sasuke was over to the other bed. Slowly but surely, Tsunade moved towards him as she decided to wake the Uchiha up as well. The traumatic event, they believe, placed a stress on their mind and pushed their consciousness back. Straight back, as Tsunade medical ninjutsu could bring them out of it. Naruto was confused, as Mito told him what happened. He's been in a coma for a month, and yet, to him it felt like a few minutes. The last thing he remembered was a tree, trying to absorb him. And then, power and nothing. He wasn't sure what happened after that. Confused by what was going on. His mind trying to recall what happened after that, but he just could not. As Mito kept on talking, Sasuke was awoken. After adjusting, Naruto saw the look in Sasuke's eyes. Naruto sent Sasuke look to be quiet, to not say a single word because the both of them knew. They knew everything. Sasuke begrudgingly kept his mouth shut. As Mito went over and hugged the Uchiha as well. Happy that he was awake, she was so worried. Mito noticed that Sasuke was acting a bit standoffish, but she believed that it was the encounter with his brother that got him really angry, unaware of what they knew. After some time, Tsunade decided to tell Mito to give them some time, given their encounter with Itachi. They probably need some time to speak to each other and sort things out, mentally that is. She begrudgingly agreed, despite wanting to spend time with them. After all, she's been gone for a month. The whole tracking Tsunade thing down. Facing off against Orochimaru and Kabuto, but they escaped in the end. And Tsunade agreed to become the Hokage. And now she was here. Once they were gone, Naruto glanced towards the door. Before, he held his hand out. Upon doing so, chakra seemed to emit from his hand, as it went to all ears around the room, blocking out all sound. Sasuke was surprised by that, as he saw the chakra visibly, even without his Sharingan, as he's never seen Naruto use it to this degree before. Naruto got up, as he walked over towards the small little mirror that was up to the corner, and looked at his eyes, seeing 4 totem in both of them. I'm guessing you saw everything as well, said Naruto. I could feel what you felt. I could feel your emotions. Sasuke clenched his fists. All this time, he said, I don't know what to think anymore. He was on the verge of breaking. It was a surprise he was able to keep it up so well, with Mito here. Naruto turned towards them. You cannot afford to lose it right now, he said. This entire time he was ordered. Don't you get what that means? He was ordered to kill everyone. You saw it, so you saw it as well. Everything was a lie. This anger, this hate. Naruto slammed his face into the wall. Quieting Sasuke. He killed them. He still did. The clan was planning a coup. Not everyone was involved. Our mother knew, Sasuke said. Naruto did not know how to rebuke that. There were still innocent people, said Naruto, and he still killed them. Are you trying to say that Konoha did no wrong in this? Sasuke said angrily, as he got up and grabbed Naruto by the shirt. They're the ones that ordered him to do it. I'm not saying that, said Naruto as he slapped Sasuke's hand away. He still did it, and they ordered him to do so. They're all wrong. Every single one of them, Sasuke finished for him. They should pay. As Naruto walked over and sat at the edge of his bed. What are you doing? They deserve it, he said. I don't know what to do right now, said Naruto. This entire time, our clan was plotting. The village saw our clan as a threat because of the Kyuubi. Shisui, he gave his life. Danzo, that rotten, conniving bastard. He's the one that has been helping us. What? Sasuke said. I never told you, said Naruto. I never told you everything. But this entire time, now I understand why. I felt that weird sensation from his bandage. He had Shisui eye underneath it. He's the first one that should die. For what he did. Him and the others, Sasuke said with rage. This entire village treated Itachi like he was a monster. Despite what he did, he was forced to do so. Sasuke clenched his fists. Who's to blame here? He was angry, but he was asking Naruto. As Naruto seemed as lost as well. Broken, to be exact, by the fate of this village. By the fate of everything. Everyone. Hate. Hate started to fester, with sadness, with rage. It was a similar feeling for Sasuke. As Naruto looked up at him. I don't know, he said. Time skip. Naruto stood in front of Danzo Shamira, down in his underground lair. So tell me what happened, said Danzo. We found Itachi, said Naruto. However, his strength is still far greater than ours. That was to be expected, Danzo said. Despite the atrocities that he committed, he is still a very powerful individual. You and Sasuke at your current state cannot hope to defeat him, despite the power you two show for your young age. While you two are talented, you are not strong enough to face someone like him just yet. That is why we need to up our training, said Naruto. We need to be stronger, far stronger if we ever are going to defeat him one day. A smirk came to Danzo's face. I was going to talk to you about increasing your training. Now more than ever, Konoha needs a strong front, and you and Sasuke are going to prove to be more than capable enough along with Mito Uzumaki, he said. I will provide the necessary accommodations to increase your strength, said Danzo with a happy smirk on his face. Time skip. It was nighttime at the Uchiha's household, as Naruto and Sasuke were standing together. I spoke to him today, said Naruto, once again acting like he had nothing to do with everything. But Itachi knew his memories. He knew that he was the one that killed Shisui, but he did not say anything. How could he let something like that happen? Despite him being ordered to do something like that, Danzo was a monster. He killed Shisui, who could have changed everything. He would have used his technique on our father to stop everything. And Itachi did not say anything about his death. To the Hokage, maybe things would have changed. But the invasion would have still happened, said Naruto. Sasuke clenched his fist at that. Everything was just so confusing and making him angry. I can't anymore. I can't pretend like everything is okay. It's been 2 weeks, said Sasuke. 2 weeks of acting like everything is alright. And I can't anymore. I'm gonna lose it. And you're not holding up any better, said Sasuke, looking towards Naruto. He knew his brother more than anyone else, and he knew what he was feeling, the look in his eyes when he saw him without his glasses. As Naruto was angry, barely holding on to his sanity and his confinement of not letting loose for everything that has happened. We can't stay here, said Naruto. I can't, you're right. That man believed that. He can put me under his control. Where the hell are we gonna go? Naruto glanced towards Sasuke's neck as Sasuke followed his gaze. Wait, what are you? Naruto held a hand up. Someone's here. As the both of them stepped out, Naruto and Sasuke flipped to the roof. It wasn't long before 4 people arrived. As Naruto noticed a redhead girl with a hat on her head, a bang coming down right in the middle of her face. He then noticed another boy with 6 arms, a chubby one with orange hair, and one with light blue hair, who seemed to be wearing lipstick. Who the hell are you? Sasuke asked, looking towards them. Who we are is not important right now. However, what we're here for is, and you two are coming with us. The red-headed girl spoke up. Sasuke, who was already pissed off, he has been for the past 2 weeks, activated Sharingan. You think you can force us, Sasuke said. I'll kill you all where you stand. Rage in his eyes, as he wanted something to release his anger on. So you're the tough one, huh, shithead? Seems your brother over there is a quiet one. Well, said Teiwa as she cracked her knuckles. I love putting tough shithead in their place. Teiwa, the guy with the bluish hair, spoke up. I told you before, let me do the talking. he said as he turned his gaze upon Naruto, who hadn't spoke yet. You seem to be the irrational one here. We were sent by Lord Orochimaru, so I'm afraid that you two will have to come with us. Hearing that, Naruto was surprised. The same thing he was thinking now was presenting itself right in front of him. As Sasuke turned his gaze upon Naruto, before Naruto asks, why? Upon hearing that, Seikon spoke up. We know what you're after, both of you. To kill your brother. Hearing that, Sasuke clenched his fist as Naruto. Reaction did not change. Well, Lord Orochimaru can give you the power that you seek. As Seikon looked at Naruto Markins, he was surprised by that, because the Markins were not supposed to be activated once they calmed themselves down, but yet there they were. Lord Orochimaru can give you the power to kill your older brother. I mean, how long now have you been in Konoha? Do you really think that you can face an S-rank elite shinobi like him? You know a lot, said Naruto. Well, I tend to know my targets. So yes, I do know a lot, he said. And what if I were to say no, said Naruto. Simple, Teiwai spoke up. We will bring you by force. As Seikon turned towards her with a small glare. However, she did not seem to care for it as she looked away. As Naruto watched the four members, having not heard the pudgy one talk yet, or the one with the 6 arms, Naruto turned as he walked with Sasuke. Confused in the four of them, as they stopped a distance away, they were talking amongst one another. Hey, you think they're plotting something? Jirobo asks. No. It seems like we're gonna be in for some good luck, Seikon said. What do you mean, said Jirobo. I just have this feeling, he said. Let's see how this play out, he said as he remained quiet. Neither of them moved. As over towards Naruto and Sasuke. What do we do? Sasuke asks. I told you before, we cannot stay here. We won't get as strong as we want, and not to mention, we might end up snapping and doing something horrible before we can get our revenge. Revenge? Sasuke said. Hearing Naruto saying that for the first time now. You're right, said Naruto. There's a lot of people that deserve to die because of what happened. From all that was taken away from us, from all that we were put through. A lot of people deserve to die. However, if we go down this path, we will become enemies of Konoha. Sasuke clenched his fists. What about Mito? It is her goal to become Hokage, said Naruto. Her goal does not concern our path. We can no longer be friends with her, or anyone here. We will be enemies of the leaf. Do you understand what I'm saying? Sasuke clenched his fists. We have to do this, he said. We need the power to get our revenge. Itachi was right, we're still not strong enough. And they all have to pay, Sasuke said. The boys were not happy in the slightest, despite knowing that Itachi killed the clan because of a coup. He still could have found another way, they believe. Their minds not accepting the fact that he did all of this for Konoha, sacrificing everyone, their mother, their father. Despite their father and the council being the one that started this, there was so many innocent people. As Naruto remembered the kind old lady that used to give him and Sasuke treats when they were younger, always giving them candies and telling them never tell their mother because, well, they loved to eat sweets when they were younger. And despite everything, she still sneaked sweets to them. Or the kind old man at the bakery who always gave them fresh bread. So many innocent people, and yet Itachi killed them as well. So he too deserved to die. The boys were conflicted by the hate that was currently coursing through them, something that they could not forgive. They just could not. They had to do this. With that, both of them turned around. Alright, we'll come with you. Well, that was easy, said Teiwai. Time skip. Naruto stood in the room as both him and Sasuke had sealed every single weapon and every jutsu scroll in the Uchiha area, as Naruto had stepped into the other room, where only he could access because of his eyes. Naruto sealed everything away regarding the books, as Naruto did not fully understand what was that place that he found, but he figured it had something to do with his eyes of his. As Naruto placed his hand on said book as he felt out the chakra, The next second Naruto was in the void, where Ichigo was. As Ichigo turned towards him, he looked down as his face was saddened. "I've seen you've chosen your path," he said. "So you know," said Naruto. "I can feel it within you the moment you enter this space." "I saw something," said Naruto. "A tree. I'm not sure what it was, but the power inside of it was not chakra. It was above chakra, but it was also chakra at the same time. It's something I cannot explain now." As Ichigo looked towards Naruto's eyes, the more my eyes developed, the more power I obtained. Even now I can feel that I've grown a lot stronger, and my power is still yet to reach its peak. However, certain events have come to light, which has forced me to abandon my ways here in the village, and curse the path that has followed. As Ichigo simply sighed, "If that is your wish." Naruto was confused. "I thought you would try to stop me. I thought you would be angry, upset. After all, you're the one that keep on telling me that my eyes would lead to something catastrophic." "Yes, and they will. Now more than ever considering the path that you're going down. However, I am unable to stop you. Even if I wanted to, I cannot. But know this, Naruto Uchiha. Your path will be filled with a lot of bloodshed if you continue it. Misery and pain. Revenge can only get you so far." The place started to tremble as Naruto's eyes showed rage. "You say that, but you're nothing but a ghost, a spirit. A pigment of chakra. You don't understand me, you don't understand anything I've been through. Be angry or act out as you must, seeing that I will doom this world. However, I cannot live. I cannot go on knowing the things I know without doing something about it. I just cannot. I already feel broken. The things I have to do, the people I have to leave behind. Someone who I care about deeply. You have no idea what I'm gonna have to do. So don't act like you know me. Don't act like you understand anything. This is the last time that we speak. That's all I was here to say. You can keep your secrets, keep your identity, keep your history away from me, but it does not matter. I will learn how to use these eyes. Damnation or not. I will gain what I seek, and you, or anyone else who stands in my way, will fall." With that, Naruto appeared back in the real world. He raised his hand to destroy the book, however, he did not. He actually stopped himself, as he took said book and sealed it away before returning back to the training room, as he saw Sasuke had already sealed everything away. "You ready?" Sasuke asked. "Yeah," said Naruto. With that, both boys embarked, making their way towards the gate where they will meet up with the Sound 4. However, on this very night, Ino Yamanaka had been out late with a few of her friends. That includes Sakura Haruno and a few girls that she knew from the academy. Thus, she was late to get back home, knowing that her parents must be worried. As Ino came across something though, it was Naruto and Sasuke. Confused, but also happy to see the guy that she was crushing on, Ino made her way. However, the closer she got, the more strange she felt. A sensation as she was unable to describe it. "Naruto? Sasuke?" she said, confused, as she noticed the backpack that they had on. "Where are you guys going?" she said, as she did not understand. They turned towards her as she saw their faces. She could not see Naruto's eyes as usual, as Sasuke looked towards her like she was nothing but a tool in his path for him to step over. He turned towards Naruto, who simply lifted his glasses as Ino made eye contact with him. The next moment she fell, as Naruto caught her from hitting the ground. He then picked her up and placed her on the bench. He then spoke. "Not everyone deserved to die," he said. Sasuke said nothing as the both of them simply made their way. They left. Time skip. Mito yawned as she woke up. It was rather early because she was going to make her way towards Naruto and Sasuke. It's been a couple of weeks now and they've been acting strange. She spoke to Pervy Sage and Bachan about this. They believed that it was because of what they recently went through with seeing Itachi again. So she had decided to give them some space, just backing off for a bit for them to come to terms with everything. But she couldn't stand it anymore. She missed them. She needed to talk to them. That is why she was making her way over there early, because every now and then they were out somewhere and she could not find them. So she was going to go over there early to make sure that she could catch up to them. Surprisingly though, there was a knock on her door. She felt out the chakra. She realized it was... That was strange, she thought to herself. As she was dressed in her t-shirt and her underwear, she put on some shorts. She opened said door to see Shikamaru. Shika, she said, what are you doing here? We have a problem, Shikamaru said. Moments later, what? Said Mito in shock. This can't be true. As Ino had told them what happened after she was found, a few hours after the departure of Naruto and Sasuke. It just can't be, said Mito. None of this makes any sense. They wouldn't leave. They must have been controlled. Something must have been happening to them. Snappy looked towards the girl with regret of telling her that, as she seemed to be hurting by just the thought of them leaving. However, Snappy had read reports. Despite what happened to them, Naruto and Sasuke had shown an aptitude for being loyal to the village. So she couldn't understand what was this all about. None of it made any sense. Before you go on in another rant, that is why I'm sending you and Shikamaru here to gather a team and to retrieve them and bring them back to the village. If they were indeed taken by some of Orochimaru's men, you're gonna have to stop them and rescue them. Yeah, said Mito, because that is what happened. Naruto and Sasuke would never willingly leave this village. I can put my life on that, Mito said. They would never leave me, she whispered to herself. As Shikamaru looked towards the Hokage. If we're gonna do this, we will need some Jonin level ninjas, and I'm afraid I can't do that, said Snappy. What? He said. Meanwhile, why are we stopping? Said Naruto. Well, we'll have to put you guys in a coffin. Naruto's body tensed up as he got ready to fight. Easy, not like that, Kidomaru said. Seeing that Naruto was about to lash out. Then what do you mean? It's for the next stage of the curse mark. To acquire more power. You two are just at the first stage, Seikon said. And you need the coffin to push the efforts further for you to take on the second stage. Like this, he said. As Naruto watched as his body was enveloped by the curse mark, and his features changed. Sasuke narrowed his eyes. And putting us in a coffin will do that. Well, it's a special coffin, Jobo said. It's nothing normal. It will help you gain more power. That is what you guys seek after all. As both Naruto and Sasuke looked toward each other. Said Teiwaya. This is going better than we expected. And here I thought that we will have to forcefully attack them on several occasions now. But I guess not, she said. In the past, Naruto and Sasuke had the philosophy of never accepting help from anyone. Enemies to be exact. They can get by their own way. They did not need anyone's power, but right now, both boys were lost. They were lost. Abandoned in the village. It did not just hurt Sasuke alone. Sasuke and Mito were great friends. However, Naruto and Mito had something much deeper. Their connection was deeper. And yet, he had not spoken a word about it, despite going to leave the village and becoming an enemy. It was tearing him apart inside, adding on to his grief even more. However, his mind was already too far gone in hate, anger, rage. And he just could not anymore. He just couldn't. However, what the Zone 4 members did not know was, curse mark on Naruto's body was a lot different than what Sasuke had on and what they had on. They were unaware that it will have different side effects on the Uchiha. However, still, Naruto and Sasuke went with it. It would make them more stronger. And they need power. They need power as soon as possible to get their revenge. Meanwhile, at the gates of Konoha, Mito, Shikamaru, Choji, Kiba, Shino, and Neji was gathered. Snappy had quickly sent out a SOS. From help from the Hidden Sand. They had been sent back some time ago. After Snappy had arrived back to the village. And now Konoha needed Hidden Sand help. They need to rescue the two Uchihas. So with that, the retrieval team set out on their mission as they went up against the Zone 4 members. All this time Naruto and Sasuke were in the coffin. The experience were different. Sasuke was seeing his life play in front of him, and he had to accept and give in to the darkness in order to be influenced by the power. However, Naruto was different, given that Orochimaru curse mark was not what it once was on Naruto. What Naruto was seeing was something completely different. Maybe it was his eyes, the connection that they share, but Naruto was seeing something that he did not quite understand. It was a woman. She was beautiful. She had Byakugans, but they were so more pure. Long flowing white hair. She had 3 sons. Yes, 3. 3 boys. Powerful in their own right. From a young age, they could do things that no other could do. As Naruto saw the thing play out in front of him, it was confusing, as he wasn't sure where these memories were coming from because it seemed like that they were memories. As everything connected though, that tree, it connect everything, chakra, memories, his eyes. And his eyes have shown more than once to be something that is above everything. Spectacles that could see beyond this universe and the power that it hold. So he was glimpsing into a time that was not even his. That is when Naruto heard the name. Despite seeing everything, he could feel everything as well. Like he was there. Ichigo, Hagoromo, Hamura. He knew that Ichigo lied about his true past, as Naruto saw how much a woman cared for them when they were younger. But as time passed, she got crazy. Chakra. The chakra was taking over. It reminded him of when he went up against that tree, that source of energy. It tried to control him because it could not. His eyes made him above it. Not exactly to be more powerful, but he was not connected to it. His eyes made him saw what the tree could, what only a few other people in the universe could, the source of all power. So it tried to absorb him, it tried to take him away, erase him. Ichigo warned him never to use his eyes because it would be catastrophic effects, not just for things around him but him himself. Maybe this was one of the reasons. His eyes allowed him to see things that only a few others in the universe could see. The memory came back to him that he had a few months ago when he had went to talk to Ichigo before the Chunin exams began, the finals. And he went into that rift and saw those other people, those eyes. And that man at the end, he could see it as well. Those people, who were they? He was not sure. But it was all connected, he knew that. Naruto was pulled from that strange memory, unable to see the rest, as he saw how much this woman known as Kaguya cared for her 3 children, Hagoromo, Hamura, and Ichigo. Ichigo lied about who he was, so that meant he was telling Naruto a story about someone else. But Naruto was not sure. He told him that the father had to pick a successor between him, the second youngest, and the youngest, and he didn't want any part of that. But this was a woman, Kaguya, not a father. Could it be that Ichigo had 3 kids? Or maybe it was one of his brothers. Naruto's mind was unable to process everything right now because the coffin started to glow. As Naruto's consciousness set back in, he felt different. His body felt flowing with power more than before. The coffin lid exploded with a righteous fury as the entire thing blew apart. Looking toward his hands, Naruto felt the markings over his body like they were growing. However, he pushed them back down. Naruto! Sasuke! He heard a yell. He knew that she was behind him, but he could not turn to face her, neither could Sasuke. But she was not alone. He looked towards Sasuke, the both of them now being freed as Naruto saw. Sasuke's appearance went back to normal before the both of them took off, making their way. Naruto, Sasuke, Mito yelled, trying to get them to stop, but they did not. Why aren't they turning, she thought. As for the boys, they simply made their way off, running through the foliage. As the sound for it informed them where to go, where exactly the sound was, as someone would meet them. Once they passed through the border, someone would meet them and guide them back towards Orochimaru's lair. They could not turn to face her, neither one said a word. Sasuke glanced towards Naruto despite knowing that him and Mito was best friends. He knew that Naruto and Mito shared something deeper than friendship, but he had never said anything about it. Sasuke tried to clear his mind as he ran. "They're coming for us," said Naruto. "There? Yeah, she's not alone. They're not gonna stop. We're gonna have to stop them," said Naruto. Both boys saw the Valley of the End coming, as they did not slow down. As Naruto looked up ahead, "We'll do it here," he said. Sasuke nodded. It did not take too long for the both of them to jump over towards the head of Mother Uchiha. That is when, a few seconds later, two people came down. One of them being Rock Lee, the other one being Mito. Seeing that the group had brought Shino along, Rock Lee had showed up. And not to mention with the assistance of Gaara. To help fight Kimimaro, Shino and Gaara was taking them on while Lee was told to go ahead with Mito to retrieve them because it didn't seem like they were coming back. Mito glanced up, worry in her eyes. "Why did you guys run away?" she said. "Answer me!" she yelled, angry and confused and scared. Both boys in turn. The markings of the curse markers over their body. Given that Naruto markings were always there, however they were larger, and they were glowing with blue chakra and purple chakra through them. As Naruto turned to fully face her as their eyes met, Mito was scared. As Naruto was not wearing his glasses, he was looking at her. As Lee stood there as well, confused, remembering what kind of person Naruto was, and Sasuke was not bad either, so this made no sense. The air was thick with tension, as Mito stood there, waiting for them to say something as Naruto opened his mouth. But guys, be and subscribe right here. For one thing person, do like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends in your social media platform. But I'm off for now. See you guys soon, and yeah, remember to turn on the bell notification see when I post, because I do post a lot, guys. So yeah, without further ado, I'm off for now. See you guys soon. Peace.